be clear. Nobody's scared of nobody. All of that tough talk, nobody. All that tells me that I'm coming at you way different than I come at anybody else. Like nobody. There should be no ill feelings at all. Especially in my advice. My advice was like, hey, if you move on with somebody and that person wants to be with you and y'all planning a family together and all that, you can't come and talk crazy to me. How? Your future kid possibly is going to be related to my kid. What you doing? Stop. You understand what I'm saying? There's no ill feelings on either side. And I'm not emotional. I'm not. Let's be clear. I just don't understand why when every time somebody has something to promote, talk about that. Talk about whatever your endeavor is that you have coming up. It's so easy. It is so, the same publicists that y'all use to push stories out, that's the same publicists that before you walk into the room, you say, hey, anything about Ram, anything about this, I don't want to talk about that. That's it. It never happens. So when people are like, oh, they asked, you can say, don't talk about it. Because I would do that. If I didn't care, I would like, I don't care what y'all ask me. I'll say what I want to say. I've been on that before, but when you really don't care, you really not about. You think people don't be trying to ask me stuff? And I'll be like, what? You understand? I just don't understand.
Let's take a deep breath and walk through this story slowly, because what started as a few online comments has grown into one of those moments that people simply cannot stop talking about. Just when it seemed like the tension between Remy Ma, Claressa Shields, and Papoose had finally cooled, everything suddenly flared up again. Late one night, Remy Ma went live on Instagram without any warning. No countdown, no teaser, no hint of what was coming. At first, people only heard her voice calm, deliberate, and razor-sharp. That alone was enough to make thousands pause their scrolling and tune in. There was an intensity in her tone that commanded attention without shouting, without theatrics. Remy began by saying she was tired of watching the story unfold in a way that cast her as the villain and Claressa as the innocent party. She explained that she had stayed silent for weeks, observing, but now felt compelled to share what she considered the full truth. As more viewers joined, the comments section exploded, filling the screen with shock, support, disbelief, and a wave of curiosity. People stopped treating it like casual entertainment. This was real, and it felt urgent. Remy claimed that Claressa was not being completely honest about her relationship with Papoose. According to her, Claressa had been in communication with another man at the same time, someone closely connected to Papoose's circle. That single detail sent social media into a frenzy. Suddenly, the narrative fans thought they understood was being questioned. People who had previously sympathized with Claressa began asking new questions. Was everything they believed just a small part of a much larger story? Then Remy presented what she called proof. Screenshots, direct messages, even a short audio clip. The voice on the clip sounded confident and casual, as though the speaker had no concern over who might hear it later. Remy paused the clip and looked directly into the camera. She emphasized that this wasn't about drama or attention, it was about honesty and respect. As the live continued, the energy shifted. Some viewers recognized names in the messages and began posting their own reactions. Shock replaced curiosity. The chat buzzed with disbelief. This was no longer gossip. It felt like watching someone's personal world fracture in real time. After the live ended, Papoose finally broke his silence. He didn't go live, he didn't post a long explanation. Instead, he uploaded a short video from his car, speaking quietly but directly. He admitted he had stayed silent because he hoped what he saw wasn't real. He acknowledged the choices he made and took responsibility for them. But what hurt most, he confessed, was feeling like he'd been part of someone else's plan, not a genuine partner. His words hit hard. Within minutes, the video had spread across every major platform. Even those who had been scrolling casually stopped. Many shared the clip, noting the pain in his voice. It was raw, human, and impossible to ignore. Claressa, in contrast, remained silent. No posts, no statements, no videos. Her silence became its own kind of statement, sparking even more speculation. Some interpreted it as confusion, others as deliberate contemplation. Hours passed, and online activity intensified. Old screenshots, side-by-side photos, and posts from months prior were circulated. Fans became amateur detectives, comparing timelines, locations, and interactions, trying to piece together the truth from fragments. Eventually, Claressa posted a short message. She didn't name anyone. Instead, she spoke vaguely about learning, lessons, growing, and healing from heartbreak. For some, it felt honest, reflective, and human. For others, it was frustratingly vague, leaving questions unanswered. Remy, on the other hand, maintained calm and confidence. She posted a simple photo of herself enjoying a quiet moment, with a caption noting that she remained unbothered. Many saw this as a signal that she had said all she needed to say and that her side of the story had been told. Over the next several days, the story transcended personal drama. It became a public phenomenon. Every action, every post, every pause was analyzed, dissected, and shared. Social media users debated motives, intentions, and hidden truths. What started as gossip transformed into a collective investigation. People watched the contrast unfold between the three personalities. Remy controlled the narrative, presenting herself as composed and factual. Papoose showed vulnerability quietly, revealing his inner turmoil without creating spectacle. Claressa's silence added intrigue, keeping audiences guessing about her emotions, intentions, and perspective. This dynamic highlighted the power of silence, the weight of words, and the impact of perception. What appeared straightforward on the surface, loyalty, love, betrayal, was far more nuanced. Each gesture, each pause, each deliberate omission revealed layers of strategy, pain, and human complexity. Ultimately, this story became a modern social media case study. How public perception is shaped, how narratives can shift in hours, and how personal heartbreak becomes collective obsession. Fans were no longer merely observers, they became participants, piecing together a story from images, videos, and fleeting messages. It was a reminder that in the age of constant connectivity, nothing is private and every choice, spoken or unspoken, carries consequence. In the end, the narrative wasn't just about who was right or wrong. It was about human vulnerability, the fragility of trust, and the delicate balance between silence, honesty, and perception. The episode left audiences reflecting. In a world where every action can be amplified, what is left truly unseen? And how do you navigate truth when perception can feel louder than reality?
Claressa Shields is a very good example of how you can literally hand a man over. Take that hoe. Here, take him. You can literally let a woman have a man and she will spend the rest of her relationship being obsessed with you because she has become obsessed with the idea of being chosen over you. So now it has turned into a strange obsession for you because she can't figure out why you're so at ease by walking away from a man that she is so madly in love with. And the only thing that'll give her an ego boost, a high from the fact that he chose her, is if she can.
Consequences. Fans quickly noticed that Claressa's face had disappeared from a recent brand campaign she had proudly shared just weeks earlier. Whispers began circulating online. Deals were paused, companies were stepping back, trying to distance themselves from the growing controversy. Meanwhile, Papoose seemed to retreat from the spotlight. He posted less frequently, avoided interviews, and some reports suggested he even canceled studio sessions to focus on himself. What began as a rumor about where someone spent a holiday soon snowballed into a much larger conversation about trust, loyalty, and the pressures of public life. Social media users shared their own stories, opening up about how hard it is to heal when your pain is broadcast to millions of strangers. The narrative shifted. This was no longer just about three famous names. It became a lesson for everyone watching, about the fragility of relationships under scrutiny, the volatility of public perception, and the way fame can amplify every mistake. Some observers see it as a cautionary tale. Be mindful when your life plays out online. Others view it as proof that the internet can build someone up and tear them down in the same week. No one can predict what happens next. Will Claressa speak more openly? Will Remy channel the situation into music or a new message? Will Papoose return to the public eye, or continue keeping his distance? For now, the only certainty is that people will keep watching and talking. Every post, every photo, every small gesture will be dissected. Even the most private moments can become public stories, and that is what keeps this drama alive. It's not just about the celebrities involved. It's about real emotions, real mistakes, and real consequences, unfolding on a screen for everyone to witness.